Hello and welcome to the Scout 2.0 demo. Today we'll be running through the functionality of Scout. We want to show off the potential of this truly powerful tool. We're going to start our journey in Workbench, and as you can see here, Scout is located in Config, Services, Azimuth, Scout. And the first time you open this tool, you'll notice that it does have a warning that it's a very powerful tool. Consider the changes carefully. Please take this seriously because, we want to make sure you know what you're doing if you're making changes to your whole building at one time, and how those changes will impact your building. So just proceed with caution, but, from there we'll go ahead and accept. And we start right off with just the ability to make a shortcut. This comes out of the box as an option for you, so you can easily just drag and drop a shortcut where you see fit. That's going to be underneath Files, Azimuth Scout. And for the demo today, we'll just go ahead and drop that into our header of the main screen here. Go. All right, and so that makes it just a very quick way to get into your station and start using this product very efficiently anytime that you log in. All right, and so we'll go ahead and move to the web browser and show you some more information about how this works, for a standard web view. So in the top center, you'll see that the Scout has multiple ways to search. So that search bar allows you to look for point name, display name, device name, and point tags. And it does allow partial search terms because it's got appended wildcards at the beginning and end in the background. So if you were just to search for something like damp for damper position or anything else that might have the word damper in it, you'd be able to search for, anything in the building without having an exactly perfect, search term. And this comes in very handy when you're searching for different things throughout your building. You can still allow it to search for specific searches by putting your search within quotes, and then it will only come back with exact matches. And so you have to have the correct information in there. You can also search for multiple points by separating search terms with a semicolon. So if you want to search for more than one thing at a time, as you can see here, that's very simple to do. We also allow the ability to throw the wildcard, which is an asterisk, within the search terms. So, for example, an exhaust fan status for multiple fans of any number could look something like this. And so that displays the exhaust fans even though they're all different exhaust fan numbers, 1 and 2, and as many as you might have in your building, it would search for any number of exhaust fans. You can also search every single mapped point in the BACnet network by just leaving the search field empty and just hitting search on an empty field, and that will pull up everything that's available. Another functionality that Scout has is the ability to search by statuses, such as fault, stale, and overridden. And you can see where that might come in handy to find any errors or issues or things that are in an overridden status. So that maybe you're done with those overrides and you want to release them very quickly. You can find them and put everything back the way it should be. There is a checkbox for search tags, and that will allow Scout to look through the points tags. This will take a little bit longer by default as it's going through all tags for all points. And for now, though, we'll stick with just the default search and get back to all points. So let's review the user interface here at Scout. We'll start by going over the list view. This is the primary view that is going to be available when you open up the product. On the left-hand side, there's a checkbox, and that allows you to easily select and multi-select items. Any points that are not writable, you'll see that there is no checkbox. Instead, it is replaced with a non-writable icon. And then that indicates that point is read-only, so you can't make edits to that type of point. So the checkbox system allows for functionality on like a tablet or phone. That makes the selection simple, so you can get to the right-click menu in like a tablet view, typically by pressing and holding on the button. So we'll just show you what the tablet view looks like real quick here. And you can see that it is mobile optimized so that this service is ready to go as we become more available for things like remote browsing capabilities and getting into your system remotely. A phone or tablet will be used very commonly on our systems in no time. So back to the normal view, looking at these results, we can see a status strip. These are color coded to make it easier to see how the point is operating at a glance. You can hover over it to see more information. Green is okay, red is fault or down, yellow would be stale, and if you hover, you can read any status effects that are in place on those points. So showing things like faults, in a clear way like this will help you know that you have the most recently fetched data and it's based on current values. So for troubleshooting, this is extremely handy to draw your eye right to any points that might be having issues. Moving to the right, we have the point type, B for Boolean, N for numeric, E for enum, and S for string. These are color-coded similarly to Niagara. Next, we have the point display name. So as you can see, the device name and the location do show up underneath as well. And lastly is the point's value. So it'll show the priority array as well as a purple color to easily indicate any points that are overridden. And the selection options are not just the check mark. You can also do a multi-select with a shift click or a control click to individually highlight additional points. So it's also possible to double click on a point result and that will go to the points view. If there is no view set up, it will display the property sheet, and this can help easily navigate through the building of any size. Back to the search, in the top left, you can see a checkbox for select or unselect all. And then next to that, you'll see actions, and that shows the options that are available. So this is also available by right-clicking anywhere on your screen. This allows you to do set, override. If multiple point types are selected, you will get an error message to indicate that you're not able to make changes. Because they're different point types, they cannot accept the same values. And so that is intentional there. Once you have the point selected, though, if you would like to go ahead and set or override the value for as many points as you have highlighted, then you'll be able to do that, set the value, and then hit override or set button to save that change. Once you're done with whatever changes that you've made, you can go ahead and right click and select auto, and that will release that value and go back to whatever you have as the set value on your point. There are emergency buttons. Those are only available to users who have administrative permissions. As standard users will not see those. There is also an export button. Now export will allow you to export the results of your search with values, and that can be exported to a text or a CSV file. It will download directly to whatever device you're using to access the front end. This can include all results, just highlighted or selected results, or filtered results if you'd like to apply a filter first and then export. This can also be used to create a custom report on the fly. So that can come in handy, just for searching through your building. Within the list view, you can filter results by using the filter button in the top right. Results can be filtered by point name, device location, status, and point value. Point value filtering does require all points in the search to be the same, but this can easily be accomplished by just adding other filters first. So, or if you have a more specific search term before filtering, that will also accomplish this. When you filter by value, it does automatically combine all the values within the results. This makes it easy to identify any outliers. So for example, if I was to search for a room and room temp, and the filter option shows that all the available values, most rooms are at 68, 70, but I notice maybe 58 is on my list. well, then I know that I should filter by that and find out what devices are at that filtered value. Let's move on to the table view. The table view gives you a different way to review your data. These results can be sorted or filtered alphabetically for more refined data sets. And so if we start with the arrow here, you'll notice that next to the header, the sort and filter options are available for this column. And that includes alphabetically or ascending, descending order. By using a semicolon, we can search for multiple control points, and that would allow for a quick comparison of related functions. And for example, room temperatures versus room set points. That would easily identify every room in the building that's likely to need your attention. And overrides can also be easily identified in this view, seeing the purple color there. So if something was left overridden by mistake, then that might be the cause of your issue, and you'll easily be able to modify or fix that right from the screen. And your filters are able to be reset when you're completed with any filters. Just open the filter menu and hit the reset button on those filters. Multi-selection of values in the table view is also available, which allows changes to be made immediately as needed. Right, and then next we'll go ahead and look at the subscribe function. So what this does is allows the search results to show live data, so you don't have to keep hitting refresh or search. If you just go up into the hamburger menu under settings and subscribe, then you'll see in the bottom right corner of your screen, it does show subscribed, and that way you know that that feature is active. So in this view, you can compare live data, for example, airflow versus damper position right now on multiple units at once. You'd be able to see and make changes and see how the system is reacting with a handful of units at the same time, rather than having to do them one by one. And another use case might be comparing like your heating set point versus your discharge air temp. That allows just a quick survey of any heating issues you might have with devices in your building. Search strings can be saved as a favorite, so this allows for quick future use and consistent searches. This will also allow users to come up with more complex searches over time. So you might add a little bit more nuance to your search terms as you learn how to use Scout, and you can save and update your searches as you see fit. And then if you combine kind of that favorites ability with the export feature, it's kind of a quick and easy way to do those custom reports that were mentioned earlier. We do have a help menu within the hamburger menu, and that shows an explanation of advanced search string options. So if you forget different ways that you can use searches, this just gives you a description of the different search features that are available to help simplify your use of this product. Scout is available at the Niagara Marketplace. We do have free trials available as well, so if you'd like to download a no-risk trial and test it out on your device, then please do so, and give us feedback, anything that you like or don't like, and we'd love to hear from you, and we're constantly making this better. As mentioned, this is the 2.0 version, so this incorporates a bunch of new changes and updates, and so we hope you like it. Thanks.